COVID-19 has crippled our world and our faith in our government's protective practices. Now, in the time of chaos, we are forced to ask the question on whether or not we are ready to return. In short, we aren't. This speech, I will give you 4 separate reasons that shows we are not ready to return to North Carolina public schools. First, the State Board of Education's plan to return to schools is too complicated and unfortunately unrealistic. Second, data shows that even prior to the coronavirus, students have preferred online learning. Third, a large number of high schoolers make up the essential workforce. And fourth, North Carolina's cases is still rising, and we currently sit at 13th in the entire country. Here, I will explain and walk through the steps of the State Board of Education's plan. Plan A is minimum social distancing, where there would be no restrictions on what students can do inside the school. Plan B has 5 different options itself. Option 1, where some students are on campus and others are online. Option 2 has students alternating days on who comes to campus. Option 3 has students alternating weeks on who comes to campus. Option 4 is half days online and half days on campus. And option 5 leaves who comes to the school's campus completely up to the school. And Plan C is 100% online. This is from the article North Carolina releases on how the school year would operate next fall. In the article, The Unsettling Uncertainty of Next School Year, Terry Stoops highlight how unrealistic it will be to try to enforce social distancing on grade school children. Also, he highlights how teachers will spend a lot of the bulk of their time cleaning and sanitizing than they would teaching. And there are even teachers who mock the plan, saying, "This is the greatest plan ever," said no one. The second reason North Carolina public schools should stay closed is because in the past, students have preferred online learning. From online education statistics, in 2018, 19.5% of all undergrads had at least one class online, and 13% were completely online. Also, 32% had no concerns about online classes at all. In the article, will shift to remote learning boon or ban for online learning? Be a boon or ban for online learning? This is here. Out of 11 scholars, 5 saw online learning fit, 4 did not, and 2 were undecided. And also the 2 who are undecided actually saw the benefits and the harm for both of them. Online learning gives students the opportunity to work at their own pace, especially at the collegiate level. Now, at high school level, I have heard that they have to sit in a computer for the whole school day. I believe North Carolina public schools should perfect the art of online learning and make it not only easier, but make it more comfortable to do. We cannot ignore the fact that there are essential workers who are high school age students. According to high school student and essential workers, teens fill the essential role during the pandemic. 3% of the entire workforce is age 14 through 18 in Massachusetts. Now, I'm aware that Massachusetts is not North Carolina, but the same can go for North Carolina. There are students who are working, and if school is forced to return, they might not be able to financially. They may not be comfortable to. They may not be comfortable doing so. It may not be safe for them to return for other students and themselves. This is trying to force schools back into regular operating hours could hurt households, could hurt other people, because these people, grocery stores are a high risk place. And arguably, the biggest reason why North Carolina public schools should not open is the rising coronavirus cases. 26% of the entire country has broke 50,000 cases. We are a part of that 26. and we were only the 13th state to do so. According to the article written by MJ Alexander, North Carolina is 13th in the country to achieve 50,000 confirmed coronavirus cases. And more than 2,000 of those cases were between June 18th, 2020 and June 20. More than 2,000 of those cases were between June 18th and June 20. According to the spread of coronavirus among young adults in North Carolina drives surge in new cases, ran by Matt Perez. So not only is the coronavirus cases exponentially growing, hundreds and hundreds a day, it's growing especially geared towards young adults because the young adults are going out, not social distancing. So trying to force these returns, especially into the school system where there are young adults, could hurt the school, hurt the economy, and hurt the children who are high risk and have high risk parents at home. In conclusion, North Carolina should not be seeking to reopen schools. Instead, we should be perfecting the remote learning skills, finding out which students are essential workers and applying and giving them help if we decide to go back to school, and realizing that this is not something we can rush past and something we have to take our time on. Thank you.